Who here remembers Unwise? I do. I have a number of videos with him. A person that he was alright until the weird things started happening. This is when I first wanted to speak about the weird things, but he asked me not to publish anything, so I didn't. That time he didn't, so I did. And for the record, it's somebody I played Warcraft with, and Red Alert, and we shared some some ideas and some things. And he was streaming from 23 hours, into the night. Probably 23, I don't remember. Because I joined in 2 hours into the thing. Haven't told him anything since we parted ways the last time when I posted this one on the 6th February. But I watched his past 5 to 7 streams, or 6 to 7 streams. But I haven't said anything. I was unbanned in chat, but I didn't because I wasn't sure if I would get permabanned or not. And I saw him streaming in 2 in the morning with a stream titled Bad Ending. I wondered what was up with that because I had a suspicion and I wasn't sure if it was correct. Because he only archives some streams, most of others he deletes. And he replied, and after back and forth, he said, I have 10 bottles of beer here, and once the alcohol runs out, I'm gonna end it. Yeah. I tried to talk him out of it, and it did seem like he did mean suicide. And I suppose, and I then went to sleep. And I suppose you could say that, oh, and he also said he has a video scheduled titled Bad Ending. And I guess you could say that I failed. So, if you need help, if you feel like you're alone, which is more than likely because I keep saying it over and over, people don't listen. If you feel like you need help, try and get it. Despite being so many of us in this world, we are much more alone than ever before, I would dare say. Maybe not true, but I think it might be. So if you need help, try and get it. It may sound selfish or ignorant or whatever, but if the only type of people you can talk to or could talk to are people you pushed away, you can always try and get them back. Or you can try and move countries, or you can, I don't know. If your family state is fine, you can try. Sorry. You can try talking to them, or any number of other solutions. There's also the thing where I would say, and I told him much of this as well, because I have at times contemplated suicide myself. Those were not happy times. And I hope they'll never happen again. But for anybody who's not, for pointing fingers at people and laughing at them for having a different idea, and I don't mean insane idea, I just mean a different idea. Because you probably watch my channel for just videos. I made the mistake of getting into politics when a specific thing, social justice, was on the rise, and anyway, I made a mistake. I made Probably a number of mistakes, but that's not what this is about. I have a tinfoil hat theory where the current pharmaceutical world ignores much of what happens in a human body on the micro level. No, bacteria, parasites, and whatever, they can affect your emotions, they can affect your brain, how you feel. If you sometimes feel a random pain in your leg, in your arm, a twitch in your eye, a just a unexpected surge of rage or of sorrow or unwillingness to do anything or itchiness around certain parts of your body. I speak from experience because those are symptoms that I've experienced, and after visiting people who can offer herbal remedies and whatever for that and treat it, well, I was treated of these and I feel much better these days. Back then, when I contemplated suicide, I did not. And I haven't felt as depressed since then. It could also be because of that I aged, got better, but those symptoms persisted as I grew older until I went through the treatment. So, maybe for a final point, maybe it's not you who wants you to end it. Maybe it's some organisms which found that your immune system is actually strong, so they go for your neural system, for your emotions, for your brain instead. And these days, the difference between a tinfoil hat or a conspiracy theory and the reality is usually 2 months, sometimes longer, sometimes less. And this alternative herbal treatment is what saved my life because I was in a hospital once and doctors didn't know what I was sick with. They just watched if I would die or not, and I thankfully didn't. But that's just my own evidence for my claims. But the point was, if you feel like you need help, try and get it. If not for your own sake, then for the sake of people you might meet, sake for the sake of the potential wife. If you're a parent, then for the sake of your kids. If you lost kids, then I don't know, maybe for the sake of your wife. If you lost everyone, then for the sake of a future. Some say there is something after death. I'm not convinced. Maybe there is, maybe there isn't. But we get this chance. We get it after a long time, I would presume. And we won't get it again for a long time, as I would presume. I would presume. So, that's that.